Hello everyone, welcome to this segment of our show, Who I Am versus Who I Wanted to Be. My name is Aurelia. Growing up, I wanted to be a designer and as a kid, I grew up as a creative kid. I was very creative, I would say. I loved art and design, I loved art and crafts, and my dad was a teacher of art and design. And seeing that I was so creative, I was curious about creating little things in the house, decorating stuff. He really got interested in what I was doing as well, and he supported me. He got me painting books, he got me painting brushes, he got me pencils and books to do shading. He got me plasticine, to model. Tulikuwa tunatengeneza tu vitu like this. Yeah. So it was so interesting. And being a teacher of art and design, I remember most of the time I would go to class with him in the art room and attend some of his lessons with his students. So when they're there working on whatever they're doing, I was also there, just curious and interested in what they are doing. And it was so much fun. So growing up like that, I thought, wow, when I grow up, I really want to pursue a career in art and design. So in primary school, we really didn't have subjects for creatives. Sana ati subjects za art. But in high school, when I went to high school, I chose art and design as one of my subjects in Form 1, technical subjects, and French. So I did these subjects until Form 2, when we were supposed to choose our subjects, the subjects that we would register for a national examination. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to take art and design because, number one, there was a reason why I couldn't have taken the subject because of unavoidable circumstance. Maybe that is a story for another day. But number two, everybody around me was telling me, you're a bright girl, you cannot pursue a career in art and design because art and design is not marketable. And I felt so bad. I really felt so bad that now I had to take another subject, or I would literally be pursuing a different line of career that is not related to art. And also because I was actually one of the best students in our class by that time, in our class, art and design. And I also remember my teacher didn't really feel good about it, me dropping the subject and having to take another subject. But well, that's it. I had to. So I chose another subject. Then I did that until when we did our examinations, and we went to campus. So in campus, interestingly, because I was so good at mathematics, I went and did a course. I did a lot of maths, by the way. Not to say that math is bad, but I pursued a degree course in Actuarial Science. I'm not an actuary, I'm a degree holder in Actuarial Science. Interesting. So in Actuarial Science, we did a lot of mathematics and statistics. And after finishing my course, after my 4th year, I got an opportunity to get to intern with some company. And later on, they took me in for a job, and I got quite a good experience in business support and management. And we worked well. I was so brilliant, I was so good at what I was doing. But once in a while, I would feel like something is off. I felt like I just wanted to do something that excites me, something that it brings out the creative me. I felt like I wasn't where I wanted to be. So after working for quite some time, later on I stepped down from work and took a little break. So I was literally home for like 3 years, trying to figure out what to do. And I was there asking myself, should I get another job? Should I just start something of my own? But at this point in time, I was feeling like I just want to start to do something of my own. I was feeling like I want to go into entrepreneurship, but I wasn't sure about what I really want to pursue. So, and that was around the time when COVID hit. And so, at around that time, interestingly, because I have friends who knew that when I was a kid, I was creative, and actually, my art was crochet. You know, crochet, the one we use a hook to make, um, crafts out of yarn and stuff like that. So a friend approached me and they were like, "But Aurelia, you said you used to do crochet uh, some time back." I was like, "Yes, I used to do this when I was a little kid, but I haven't done it for a long time now." And she was like, "I think I want you to do something for me." And I was like, "What do you want?" She wanted a set of items for her baby. The only things I used to make back in time were clothes for my doll. Literally, like a small dolly. So those are the things that I used to make, and I never thought that literally I could make something that someone would put on. Whether it's a hat, it's a scarf. Yeah, I never took it seriously. So I was like, okay, that seems like a good challenge. I could take it up. I took quite some time to get back to her about it. Well, she insisted. She really insisted. She pushed me, and I was like, "You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to work on these items for her and forget about it." So, one day I woke up. I went back to the shop. I got the Uzis. I got the hook, and I came and sat down and started making whatever she wanted me to make for her baby. And since the day I made those things, I've never put my hooks down. I've never literally put my hooks down. I was like, by the way, I used to do this. What happened to me? I felt so alive for the first time. I was like, I think this is what I want to do. And I couldn't sleep. I looked forward to any time I was free just so I could pick up my balls of yarn and my hooks and just work on something. So finally, I managed to work on a few of the things that she wanted, and oh my god, I was impressed just as much as she was impressed because they turned out so well. So after that, I started working on a little more of these things. I made baby boots, I made beanie hats, I made scarves, and I'll just go sometimes to YouTube, and if I'm not sure about something that I want to work on, I'll check it out and just get to know well, this is how I could go about it. I would check on tutorials, and now it's all I did when I was at home. And because I was home, I was with my mom. She'd come back to the house and ask me, "Who made this?" And I was like, "It's me." And she didn't believe it until one day she saw me start working on a piece until I finished. And she said, "So it's actually you who's making this. How do you even do it?" Well, mom also used to do this. She told me some time back, but it's not something that she really gave a lot of interest or time. So sometimes I would see her pick my hook and my yarn and just try to work on something that I'm working. And I was interested just to get to know if she knows quite a lot about it, if she could guide me. But she was like, "Well, I didn't do a lot of these, so I wouldn't know." So now I resolved to YouTube, and sometimes it's what I would use, the tutorials. I would use a lot of them, maybe to work on something that I'm not sure about. So the first few or many pieces I made, my siblings took them to themselves like gifts, and I think I made two pouch these coin passes, and some scarves, and they were so happy with those pieces. They gifted themselves literally. So what happened is I started posting my work just on my social media. The excitement. I want people to see what I'm doing, what I'm up to, and wow, guys really got impressed about my work. everybody was interested, and they were like, hey, I want you to make this for me. Oh, I have a friend, they're expecting a baby, I want some baby boots. And I was like, okay, so I could make this for people, but then you're looking at it like, I can't do this for free. um they definitely need to pay. So and they were willing to pay for the items, for the crafts. And so I thought, well, it's a good idea. And since I was home, I didn't know what next. I didn't have a job by then. I was not sure if something would come soon. I decided to take it up, and that is how I started making I'd call them gifts, because most of the time somebody would say, I want to gift my friend this, my friend is expecting, and I want to make a little gift for their baby. And it was so interesting, it was so much fun. I really enjoyed working on those two pieces. I really looked forward to seeing whoever the pieces were meant for use them actually. I would really get excited when they'll send me photos of those of their friends or whoever it is with them, and I would really get excited, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And sometimes I would sit back and I'm asking myself, okay, wait a minute, is it me who really made that? And well, so I got more interested working on those and making crafts. Every morning when I woke up, I looked forward to just picking up my balls of yarn and hook. I couldn't sleep. Sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. just to draw something. Something comes into my mind, and I'm like, that's an idea for a piece that I want to work on. And crocheting, like the idea of crocheting itself, really kept me awake. It kept me awake through the day. It kept me awake through the night. I never got tired. Sometimes well, after a long day's work, after dinner with my mom, she'd go to sleep, and I would sit up working on something from around 8 or 9 p.m. to until 5. And I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even get some sleep. It's because I was so excited, and most of the time because they were pieces that I had not worked on before. It's my first time working on these. I would get so excited. I would want to see how will it turn out. I just want to see how it turns out. So I'd finish that, try pieces, same pieces with different colors. So with time, I got so many orders. My friends asked me to make a lot of things for them, a lot of things for their friends and family as gifts. And I was just happy doing that. And well, with that, I thought to myself, okay, in as much as I really didn't want to, I wasn't sure like if this would be a business that would really help me to do what, um, to grow or to make money, money that could sustain me in terms of income, because I was looking at it. I was the only one doing it. I didn't have like people I was working with or something like that. And so sometimes I would get overwhelmed by, nimepata orders mingi, nasikia kama, hey, sitaweza. Sometimes I would get tired, I would get muscle pulls. And but I was like, I think this is something that I would want to do. Well, run it as a business, in as much as I really didn't want to run it as a business. Why I'm saying that is because there's something about crochet for me. It's something, most of the time, I like to say it's my place of retreat. After a long day's work, or when I'm going through something, I take up my balls of yarn and I feel so much at peace. I feel like I'm just in a totally different world. And after working on a piece, or just, when I'm in that space of crafting, I feel so much at ease. I feel healed. Like I'd like to say it's my place of healing. So now I was looking at it this way. Well, if this has to be something that I would run as a business, at the same time I wouldn't really want it to, give me a lot of pressure and all those kind of things. And just like that, that's when the idea of handmade gifts came into my mind. After seeing the way people were so excited about the pieces I used to make, and also myself, I felt like there's just something about handmade items, you know, and I felt like I think people really appreciate they appreciate handmade items, well, for themselves, or if they're just gifts for their friends and families. And so I thought, actually, I could literally have handicraft gift shop, you know, and so that whatever I'm working on, guys, this becomes a plug for gifts that are handmade. There's just something special about handmade gifts. For me, it's the love, it's the time that is put in, so much time, so much effort, so much love. And that is how the idea of uh, what I'm doing right now, or who I am today, got born. So today I'm an entrepreneur. I'd like to say I'm a fashionpreneur. I'm the founder of Siankiki Crafts. It's a handicraft gift shop that specializes in blending crochet and fabric to design fashion accessories and home decor. So literally, I've seen the business grow. It's grown, and I've been able to increase all my product portfolio. Um, I've been given challenges by my customers. It's something I haven't done, and I've been able to do for them and deliver. And they're so happy about the pieces. They're so excited. And so far, so good. The business has really picked up. I've worked on quite a lot, including what I'm putting on here. This is a crochet cardigan. This is purely handmade from scratch. Hakuna machine hapa. One thing I love about my work is the details. I think I'm so keen to details, and that's why I'm able to achieve such, because sometimes I also look at this and I'm wondering, okay, how did I manage to work on that? So it's been an exciting journey. Siankiki Crafts is it's really something that's in my heart. I carry it with a lot of pride, at the same time with a lot of humility, because I look back and this is not something I went to school for, not at all. I went to school for something different, but Siankiki now is something that I'm doing. It's become my life. It's become like literally a stamp. People really identify me with my work already, and it's because it's a gift. It's a gift from God that I've come to treasure. And the whole point of this is just to encourage people out there. At the end of the day, it's not about what we went to school to do. No, there's value in our gifts and talents. And I feel like it's very important if parents could really support their kids, and encourage them to discover their talents and abilities and support them to grow in that line, so that at the end of the day, when they're coming out of school or whatever systems we have, they are open minded, that I really don't have to pursue something that I went to school for if there's no opportunity to do that, that their gifts could be something that could also help them to earn a living. Because sometimes I sit and I'm wondering, what if I was supported back then to pursue art and design? Probably today I could be so far with what I'm doing. Maybe I could be better, well, in the industry of art and design. I just needed someone to tell me it's okay to pursue your passion. It's okay to, you know, go ahead and do what you want to do because you're gifted in these, or you have these skills or this ability. But literally, I was told it's not marketable. Well, it's not marketable, but today it's what's paying my bills. It's how I'm surviving. I pay my bills from what I make from Siankiki Craft, the orders, and I've been able to make international orders. I have sent pieces to the UK, I have sent pieces to the US, I have sent pieces to Rwanda, and I'm so proud of that. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is so marketable. Why did someone tell me it wasn't marketable? So it puts me to a place where now I feel it's important. It's important for parents out there to encourage their kids, to support them as they try to discover their talents and abilities, because you never know where it could take them. Siankiki Crafts this year has been nominated for 2 awards, and it's been an impressive journey. Through that, the hyping and trying to mobilize for votes, we've gained a lot of recognition, and my work has been out there, and so many people have reached out. They've really appreciated what I do, and they've made me value what I do. And every time when I go back home and just before I sleep, I'm thanking God and I'm saying, you know, I wish everyone out here could understand that gifts and talents are so important also in our lives. And because of what I do, I feel like in future I want to have a place, or rather I want to call it a hub, somewhere where people can especially people who are good in crafts, they can come and learn from one another, help one another. I feel like people need mentorship on these. I want to provide a space where artisans can come and just practice their art, whatever their craft is. I look back 3 years ago, and where I am today. And for the fact that people are able to associate me with my craft, that's already a legacy. It's a legacy. So finally, I would love to encourage parents to support their kids to discover their gifts and talents. If they can swim, if they can sing, sign them up in music school. If they're good at a sport, you could enroll them in a club, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's not just about grades. I think it's important that we also embrace our gifts and talents. And when we do that, God could use them to scale us to heights that you probably never imagined.